Another day, another hotel room, just what I wanted to be in after being up for 28 straight hours as I do this video report right now. And it's a dimly lit hotel room as usual. I'll tell you what, listen, I understand hotels want to save money. Everybody's going to those energy efficient light bulbs. It gives that nice, dim, dull lighting in the room, which for 99.9% of America, that's fine. But when you got to do daily video reports, it sucks because if you're not traveling with a light kit, I'd have to pack like a second suitcase for all my lights. It just doesn't work. Anyway, between that and the yellow wall behind me, and thank God I'm not wearing a yellow shirt today because then you probably wouldn't be able to see me. Hey, what can I tell you? So anyway, you'll have to live with it for this Thursday video report. Listen, there are 3 football games on tap tonight, but I'm going to give you 2 of them for free. The Florida State-Louisville marquee game in college, and of course the NFL contest between the Panthers and Saints. Why? Because I think the best bet tonight, guys, again, is in the NBA. And I'm already off to a 2-0 start, which should be of no surprise because I've told you repeatedly, opening 2 to 3 weeks of any season, I don't care what the sport is, the only time you truly have the advantage over the odds makers. And I've given you 2 plays, both 10-dime releases, of which I'm on a 29-11 run now over the past 2+ months. 29-11 with those plays. And both favorites won by 17 points. New Orleans on Tuesday night, which you got for free as a charity play of the week. And last night, you saved $65 and got my winner on Portland for just $34. Well, those victories have afforded me the opportunity to raise the proverbial bar tonight, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. 15-dime release. This matches my normal top-rated play in any sport, and it's my opening burial blowout of the year. And just like the past 2 days, you are going to get it at this huge discounted price. And remember, I've won 43 of the past 67 days. And today, you can get this play, this 15-time release in the NBA, save $85, which means you get it for just $24 by using the coupon code TRIFECTA, TRIFECTA, trifecta. But listen, let's talk about football for a moment because it's Matt Rivers time again, which means it's time for you to see on the website Matt Rivers' favorite phrase, balls to the wall time again. And hell, why not? Because today he has the 5th ever blank check, waive the rating college play of his career, your Florida State-Louisville game. And guys, as you know, he is 9-1 in his 11 years here at this site with these rare blank check, waive the rating games. 8-0 this month with those plays. 2-0 in baseball. 4 straight winners in the NFL. And you remember last weekend, you got his 3rd ever college football waive the rating release with Cincinnati over South Florida last Friday night. Then Saturday, how easy was this one? His 4th ever one, TCU, 82 points on the board against Texas Tech. And then he completed the 3-0 sweep when he came back with the NFL winner, a blank check play on the Houston Texans, toppling Tennessee on Sunday. So today, 5th ever blank check, waive the rating college play of his career, Florida State-Louisville aside, you save $60, which means you get it for more than half price off by using coupon ROLLING. Why not? 8-0 this month with these plays. Rolling, ROLLING. Scott Delaney, 100-dime max wager releases, which he's been so damn successful with over the past few years. You might want to check him out today. 100-dime NFC South game of the year. That's also a discounted play, and all your discounts, all your coupons, etc., are over on the homepage. FYI, Scott Delaney, 67-41 in all sports with 100-dime releases, dating back to the 2011 season. So with all that being said, one quick reminder for you, today is the last day to take advantage of the package savings. After a charity play week wins, as mine did on Tuesday night, the following 2 days, 48-hour stretch, I give you the opportunity to save massively on the purchase of any 30-day or 7-day package from any handicapper here at the site. You can save $125 off the purchase of any 30-day handicapper package. Doesn't have to be mine just because I won the charity play. Save $125. Use coupon code SAVE125. If you're in the middle of a 30-day package already with a current handicapper here, you can extend it out another 30 days, adding 30 more days to your existing service. Take advantage of any instant rebates that may be applicable, and you save $125 off the process. In the process, Once again, save $125 and save $50 if you'd like to save $50 on the purchase of any 7-day handicapper package from any of the handicappers here as well. And if you ever have any questions, you can always contact customer service. Listen, guys, I want to talk about the college football game here tonight because the one thing in all my research for this game, and the one thing in hearing a lot of different gamblers and even handicappers talking about this particular contest, is everybody loves to cite the fact that Florida State has just been a dismal play versus the odds makers this year, going 1-6 against the spread. And to me, it's almost like everybody's ignoring the opposite side of that argument. What did you expect Florida State to do? The most public of public teams, the defending national champion, the team that's won all these games in a row. What did you expect them to do versus the odds makers when they are forced to lay these inflated numbers every week? I mean, they were laying 20.5 points in the opener against Oklahoma State. Oh, they won by 6, so okay, they didn't cover the spread. They're an awful team. Then, they were laying 56.5 points against the Citadel. They were laying 9.5 points against Clemson. That is the smallest price that they have been asked to lay prior to tonight's game. 16.5 points then against Wake Forest. NC State, and that was a road game in Raleigh. They were laying 37.5 points against Wake Forest. They were laying 23.5 points at Syracuse. They were laying 9.5 at home against Notre Dame last week, which is crazy considering how good the Irish have played this season and how strong Notre Dame's defense is. So when you see them 1-6 against the spread, what do you expect? You have the weight of the world on their shoulders. So that's why I think you always have to consider both sides of the equation. Now, when I look at this particular team tonight and I see a Florida State team that is a 3.5 to 4 point favorite at Louisville, listen, Louisville's a good team, but they do not have the athleticism. They don't have the athletes Florida State has. Florida State has, 3-star recruits sitting on the bench waiting to get in the game. They're loaded with 4- and 5-star recruits. That's where you have the big national powerhouses that sustain those winning streaks for year after year and are always national title contenders. I'm not saying that Louisville's not a talented team, but they're not in the same class. I mean, let's be serious. And then I look at this Louisville team. I mean, okay, they're probably their most impressive win, if I'm looking at their schedule this year, was Miami of Florida in its opening game, the 31-13. But listen, the Hurricanes are not the same Miami of Florida team then as you're now seeing because of the change in quarterback. Al Golden's team has really gelled. So, I kind of discount the fact. I see that they went on the road and took on Virginia, and they lost that game 23-21. If you're that good, what are you doing losing at Virginia? And I know they've had some quarterback issues and some wide receiver issues in terms of injuries. But even though this game is being played in Louisville, I just think that this is the game that you have to look for Florida State to get the cover. And you put aside the fact that Florida State is just 1-6 against the spread. You put aside the fact all the off-field distractions with Florida State. Listen, this is a team that's won 23 consecutive games. This is your defending national champion. They were overpriced last week against Notre Dame. I think they're fairly priced tonight. And to be honest with you, if I had to tell you what my second best bet tonight, and remember, the free picks are the games that I came close to using as my best bet, but for one reason or another, I found them to be somewhat flawed, and that's why they were a free selection instead. It would be Florida State. And if I got them anywhere between 3.5, 4.5 points, I would absolutely buy down the half point as insurance in this particular contest. Now, New Orleans is another team because, let's face it, we know that New Orleans, especially with Sean Payton coaching them at home, just a tremendous point spread machine. But on the road, they've sucked. I think that's a fair assessment. 0-4 straight up this year, 1-3 against the spread. Overtime loss when they blew a double-digit lead, twice blowing 13-point leads in their season opener at Atlanta. And you see how bad the Falcons turned out. Then they blew a late lead and lost in the final minute at Cleveland. Got devastated, just destroyed by Dallas on the road. And then they coughed up a double-digit lead and lost to Detroit in their last road game. But the thing is, you look at New Orleans, and this is a team that has to be playing with confidence, and you have to try to catch them when they're going up the hill. Well, this is probably the best chance to look for them to get the road win and cover here, coming off that Sunday night game against Green Bay. Now, listen, Aaron Rodgers helped their cause last night because Aaron Rodgers thought for a minute, hey, I can be Geno Smith for a half. And that's what it almost looked like. I look at this team. I don't think Mark Ingram's going to rush for another 172 yards like he did against the Packers' lousy defense. But it's safe to say that as disappointing as New Orleans has been on the road, Carolina has just been a disappointment anywhere so far this season. Coming off a last-minute home loss to Seattle, now the home team did win both of last year's meetings, but that was a Carolina team that was much better. And a Carolina team because they had Greg Hardy in the lineup and a much stronger pass rush that really harassed Drew Brees. Even though, listen, I acknowledge the fact that the Panthers are 11-2-1 against the spread in their last 14 games at home, including 3-1 against the odds makers this season. And granted, the Saints, the short week playing on the road, it always benefits the home team. And you had a team here in the Saints that were playing the late night Sunday games. So, that's almost like they cost them another half day in terms of rest and prep time. It's a hunch, but I think tonight is the night you got to go with the Saints. So at -2.5 to 3, again, if that line is 3 for me, I'm buying down the half point, and that's why I'm going there. So I really like Florida State as a free pick, a little lean toward New Orleans as a free pick, buying the half point insurance in both of them. And again, I just think the best bet in sports today is the NBA. So that'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I will catch you again tomorrow where I'll be in a different hotel and hopefully with much better lighting and not that ugly yellow wallpaper. Is that wallpaper? Yes, that's yellow wallpaper on the wall. And I'll talk to you then and see you later.